All right, Jesse on fire with a big time stream because Justin Trudeau has really gone out on a limb today, boy. He has been, I don't know how else to read the threat that he just made against the United States, which is absolutely hilarious. Talk about he's all, we'll get you. Canada's going to get you. You're all, whoa, no. Justin, tell us what you'll do first. We're going to come with a big violent response. You're all like, specifically, what are you going to do, dude? What's going to be the first tactical move that you make? What do you mean, Justin Trudeau? You're so scary. And Angelo, what's up, dude? We would be buddies in real life. Every single person who makes content that I have watched their content and I've been like, I would be friends with that guy in real life. As soon as I meet him in real life, we're friends in real life. So I can pretty much guarantee you are right about that. What's up, everybody? Dude, I've been to Punta Cana, Carlos. Gabrielle and I went to the Hard Rock there, dude. Okay, so we also are going to go through this video right here that is that's new apparently about the Blackhawk and American Airlines crash. So I have not watched this yet. My buddy sent it to me. He's usually pretty bulletproof on the things that he sends me in terms of like, okay, yeah, this is going to be interesting to my peeps. So we're going to watch that as well. Jennifer, I love your face. Thank you very much. Okay. So this is going to be a really fun stream because I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood to stream, man. That's just what it is. But yeah, this is real. This is real. Okay. Justin Trudeau. I met with our Canada-U.S. Council today. We're working hard to prevent these tariffs. But if the United States moves ahead, Canada is ready with a forceful and immediate response. Oh my gosh. Justin Trudeau, no. What are you going to do, bud? I seem to recall you getting ousted from office. So if I was going to guess, I think you'll have limited support for any kind of retaliatory action towards the United States in the event that, we did in fact do the thing that you're crying about. Because listen, I am definitely not the kind of person who's going to sit here and pretend to understand the ins and outs of, of how all the tariffs interplay with each other. Like when people are, it's going to destroy Canada's economy. I'm like, I assume that's true because, Trudeau is the one who's saying it, but I don't really understand why. It would be interesting if someone would, why don't they just explain it a little bit better so people could have an opinion? Like if it's really going to destroy Canada's economy, tell me why, right? Like, tell me why. And then that way I can be like, all right, okay, got it, dude. Like, well, that's mean what Trump is doing. Okay. So I'm kind of just yapping so we can get everybody on, but I wanted to make sure everybody can hear this audio so that I don't do one of those fiascos where I put on content and everyone's all, I can't hear it, dude. I can't hear it. So let's do a test really quick. Everybody make sure that you can hear this. Tell me that you can hear it. Oh my God. Candace is doing the becoming Brigitte. Hold on.
Well, you guys, it has been a lot leading up to this moment.
Okay. Can you guys hear that? Everybody heard that? Did everybody hear that? Yay or nay? Everybody tell me whether you heard that audio from Candace. Okay. You guys can hear Candace? Okay, cool. Cool. She's the best, dude. That story, just before we get into this, okay, so we're gonna go, like I said, the two stories we're gonna go through, we'll probably talk about more, but the two stories we're definitely going to do are going to be Justin Trudeau's threat against the United States. Canada's ready with a forceful and immediate response. Oh my God. It's like if I went in my daughter's room and I was like, hey, remember when like she did something bad. I'm like, hey, remember when you had a cell phone? She's all, if you take that cell phone like you're threatening to do, I am prepared with a forceful response. I'd be like, oh, is that right, daughter? What you gonna do, dude? Huh? Walk me through exactly, because that's pretty ambiguous, dude. What are you gonna do exactly? What's your response gonna be to me taking your fucking phone? Because I think what you meant to say was, you are completely at my mercy and you're going to just take it if I take your fucking phone, because you're not in a position to threaten me with anything. Anyway, so we're going to go through that, and then we are going to go through, but we're probably going to start with this one. All right. So we got everybody on. It's been 5 minutes. So this is a new video that my buddy sent me, who sends me really solid stuff. I have been pretty light on the Blackhawk and American Airlines coverage because, everybody's covering it. And I'm like, I don't feel like I have any like special insight here, but we are going to basically consume this content together, and all of us are going to discuss it. And we can, I can see if you guys in the chat agree with whatever this is and my take on it. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have not subscribed to the channel and you're new, I would appreciate it if you guys would do that. That would be amazing. And Chris Stone, I understand, dude. I really do. That's why he's out of a job, which makes the threat even more hilarious. They're like, whoa, scary, Justin Trudeau. Hey, how much longer do you have in office? Dude, you want to know a true story before I do this, though? I have hand shook Justin Trudeau. I have been lit. I've shaken hands with him. He came to my company. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to about the companies or whatever, but like Trudeau in 2018, he did like a tour of Silicon Valley, and the company that I work for, the CEO of the company is from an extremely wealthy and prominent family in Canada. They're basically like the Canadian Rockefellers. That's not an exaggeration either. Like they're they do like minerals, energy, insurance. They do everything. They're one of the most powerful families in Canada. And so when they did when Trudeau came to do the rounds, he went to Salesforce, Google, Facebook. I'm forgetting one. And there was another huge one, and then my company. And like when you're talking about the size of these companies by comparison, it's like if you were like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, okay, and then we're also going to visit, these guys who, they've got a nice soda pop over here. It's a little bit local. I mean, like it's it's a couple $100 million company, but compared to those guys, not big. So anyway, it's neither here nor there. I shook his hand. I got to look at his fucking Secret Service guys. I don't know. Kind of a weird situation. I had no opinion on him back then. Anyway, all right. So let's watch this thing and let's discuss.
I'm sure you have heard about the Blackhawk and the American Airlines jet that crashed. I found some very weird information tying back to the Blackhawk, which is what you're seeing right here. Here's the squawk number 0125. This was labeled as PAT-25, which usually means someone important was on the helicopter. The media is saying different. Take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, this is exactly the point where the transponder of the Blackhawk turned on. So we are able to follow it from the second it turns on here. Here's part of its path. It kind of comes down this river, zigzags. And then eventually, as I'm sure many of you saw, it collides with that airplane right about here. But what's important here, and I want you to focus on this, is exactly where this transponder turned on, because this area is very significant. And I'm going to show you why right now. So the first thing I did, obviously, was go to Google Earth, and I found this exact area. And here it is right here. Here's Lawton Street. You can go back. This is also Lawton Street, and this is part of Lawton Street as well. Now look exactly where this thing turns on. Right here in between this home and this home. Now I'm going to go right to this spot closest to the street right here. Here we go. Switch over to Google Earth. We'll zoom down, and this house is right here. The transponder turned
I just realized this is one of my viewers. This is Into Thin Air. And this is my guy. I can't believe I didn't even realize it. One of my friends sent this to me. Into Thin Air is like an old school Jesse on Fire viewer who I know personally. I literally did not realize that till right now. So everybody, this dude, Into Thin Air, you can follow him on YouTube and here.
On right here above these trees. And here is the kicker, my friends. When you go on Google Earth, usually you see most of the houses on Street View. The only house blurred out is this one right here. Take a look at this. We're going to turn around this way. Gone. You cannot see this house from any angle on Google Earth. Now, this is something you can call Google Earth and request if you have issues, privacy concerns. You can have this done. But I mean, come on, what are the chances of this? This is exactly where that helicopter transponder turned on and the only spot we can start following the chopper. So let's exit out of here. Once again, here is that house with the white driveway. This is the house that's blurred out. The transponder turned on right here over these trees. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what to make of this, but I went to Grok, and it's pretty interesting what Grok responded. All right, here we go. If the flight data indicates that the Blackhawk's helicopter transponder went on directly over 6907 Lawton Street, McLean, Virginia, and this is the only house blurred out in that area, several points can be considered. Obviously, coincidence or connection. The coincidence of the transponder activating directly over a blurred house could be significant, but without specific details or official reports linking the two events will remain speculative. Obviously, it's going to remain that way. They are saying this was a training exercise. I still believe there is way more to this. Now, just take a look at this one real quick. It says flight data and timing. If the transponder data aligns with the moment of the crash or shortly before, this could be a key piece of information for investigators. However, the activation of a transponder over a particular point doesn't inherently imply a direct cause or effect with the crash unless further evidence supports this. Now, obviously, I do believe that as well. This could be a total coincidence, but I just find it very, very weird how the one house blurred out in this entire freaking town is the one house this transponder turned on over. Now, if we can catch some of this flight, let's go ahead and look at it. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it, but here we go. And there's the crash there. So this thing was zigzagging all over the place. And there were some instances where this helicopter was almost going towards other airplanes before it finally made contact with the American Airlines jet. And this is the last frame we have.
Well, the one thing that I know is that the FAA person was like, there's someone in your path. Do you have visual on it? And so they're like, oh yeah, I see it. And so, you know, they're like, okay, just avoid it visually, but they must have been potential, or they were potentially looking at a different plane. Maybe. I don't know. Don't know if it's true. Someone said there's a Russian politician on the plane. What I heard is that, that there was a prominent Russian person and their family on the way back. But the reason they were there is because their daughter is an ice skater, I think, for the United States.
Where they make contact and fall into the river. I don't know, everybody. This is just very strange. And also, I broke this yesterday that the Doomsday plane left Omaha right after the crash and flew directly to Washington, D.C. This plane is only used for like very specific things, very high military stuff, transporting important people like the president, which then in that case would be called Air Force One. But this thing literally beelined from Omaha, Nebraska, all the way to the site of the crash, looped around and then landed at Joint Base Andrews. Here's another shot of it. This is when it came in towards Washington, looped around the area of the crash, and then it's going to circle and go right to Andrews right here. Now, for those of you that know what this plane is for, you already know that this is super rare. I talked to multiple members of the military, active and retired, who said that this is a key part of this story. They didn't say why or what, but they said if this thing's in the area after a crash like that, something very important happened that we probably don't know about. All right, my friends, I wanted to try to keep this short so we could digest this information in shorter videos. I'll have much more info out throughout the day. Check out the X, Instagram, and TikTok channels, as well as YouTube, obviously, because as always, I can talk about certain things on certain sites.
Man, that video just, it sucks, man, to watch. Gabrielle sent me this yesterday, and she was just like, oh my God, this is the first time I saw it. It's so terrible, man. Yeah, I don't know. And I mean, obviously, I'm sure a lot of people had the same thought. It's like that was a big explosion, man. You know what I mean? Like that was a big explosion. I don't feel like, again, like I said at the beginning, I don't feel like I have any fancy information on this at all. I don't know anything about you know, this like people who manage airspace. That's why usually, like, if there's like a big story and you're kind of like, why isn't Jesse covering this? Usually it's because I feel like I don't have sufficient background knowledge to where I'm just going to sound like a dumbass if I talk about it. Because like, I like to cover things where I'm like, okay, I have a fair amount of experience in this kind of thing. But this one, I don't know. I mean, we'll see as it continues, you know, but what do you guys What do you guys think? What are the shocking revelations? We just went through the entire video, my dude. Just rewind. There's a very, very bizarre situation where like there's a like where the transponder turned on is directly over some property that is completely blacked out on Google Earth. Super weird, dude. But yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea what anybody like. That's the thing is I don't understand. I don't know what here's the other thing too. So when I kind of throw out a theory of what could be going on, like where, you know, it's like, oh, the mainstream media is saying blah, blah, blah. Like I have to have some kind of incentive that I know makes sense. You know, it's like, oh, Elizabeth Warren is going to go up there and be like, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you're doing blue, 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 blue. Like I know exactly what she's doing. You know, it's like, oh, weird. So you take how much money from pharmaceutical companies and now you're up there making a fucking clown out of yourself. Do you promise not to profit from suing drug companies while you are the head of the HHS and for 4 years afterwards? He's like, you're asking me not to sue drug companies? No, I'm not going to promise that. I'm not going to do that. What's most hilarious about that entire thing, not to derail this conversation and talk about that, but I do want to talk about that, is like they're acting like the reason that they have a job in Congress is to protect pharmaceutical companies from rogue citizens or something. You're like, it's the exact opposite of that. You guys are there to protect us from them, obviously. Like, have they gotten so twisted around with their propaganda that they think that that line of questioning makes sense? Bobby Kennedy, you have made a career of holding corporations that hurt citizens accountable. Can you promise us that you will not use your government oversight position, which is literally there to make sure that people are healthy, to hold corporations that make people sick accountable? Can you promise us that? Huh? And he's like, yeah, no. She's like, gotcha. I gotcha. The funniest thing though is when I don't know if you guys saw my video on it, but when she pushed her, like she had her like final, you are blah, blah, that she pushed the button to turn off her microphone. It's so pathetic, dude. People who can't lift, like who can't lift their own groceries trying to like look like they're doing things that are forceful is hilarious. She's all, and that's enough of that, Mr. RFK. Like, shut up. Good God, dude. Shut up. Okay. Elizabeth Warren, you look like a moron. I would collab with Coach Colin. I watch his shit for show. Okay, let's move over. Let's look at Justin Trudeau, because I have a feeling people are going to think that is not true until I show it to them, and then we'll go back and talk about whatever you guys want. So this is real. Okay. So Trudeau to Trump. Please don't tariff Canada, but if you do, we'll hit back. Okay, that's Mario Nawfal, who is summarizing what he actually said, which is not in all, like that's accurate, right? This is the quote from Justin Trudeau. No one on either side of the border wants to see American tariffs on Canadian goods. I met with our Canada-U.S. Council today. We're working hard to prevent these tariffs. But if the United States moves ahead, Canada is ready with a forceful and immediate response. Forceful and immediate response. Scary. Oh no. Let's see how the mainstream media is covering this. Justin Trudeau tariffs. All right, here we go. So Trudeau says Canada won't back down as Trump ups tariff threat. Oh my God, that is so funny, dude. That is so funny. He's like, listen, it's like a fucking 8th grader that's holding a lunchbox and their cell phone, and there's like a SEAL Team 6 operator with a bazooka pointed at his face. The guy's like with his cell phone, he's all, yeah, don't worry, I'm not gonna back down from this piece of shit. You're like, what are you gonna do, dude? Are you going to hit him with your lunchbox or your cell phone? What you going to do? What you gonna do? Unless they've got some kind of, maybe what he means is, just so we're clear, I didn't mean war. I meant we have blackmail material on many Americans that Jeffrey Epstein gave to me. You're all, oh, you were working with Jeffrey Epstein? He's all, no, that's not what I meant. I meant something else. Did I see them grill RFK for past heroin addiction? I did not, but that is not even moderately surprising. Thank you for the super chat, Dan Oka. Let me look at that up though. RFK heroin. That means they must have like really been desperate. Damn, he was a heroin addict for 14 years. That's wild. That has absolutely no impact. What he's been in recovery for 42 years. He's been sober for 42 years. They're all, talk to us about your history of addiction. He's like, okay. They're all, you did heroin. He's all, yes, I did 40 years ago. You're all, I'm sorry, did he just say 40 years ago? They're all, yeah, 40 years ago. They're all, how is that relevant? All that sounds like to me is a dude who knows how good heroin feels, didn't take it for 42 years. You have any idea how fucking hard that is and how rare it is for people who get hooked on that particular substance to ever get sober? Yeah. Big Pharma. Yeah, I mean, dude, that was relatively straightforward after that. All right, so, sorry, I'm on the RFK one. Okay, so Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said Canada won't back down from President Trump's threats to impose a 25% tariff and that Ottawa will respond accordingly until they are removed. Okay, so be specific. What are you talking about? We're showing the new administration that they have a strong partner in Canada when it comes to upholding border security, all while simultaneously underscoring that we won't back down, that if tariffs are implemented against Canada, we will respond. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I reading that incorrectly? That sounds like a threat about them not protecting border security? I mean, I'm genuine. I am actually genuinely asking chat. Chat, what do you guys think? Is that what he said? Because let's read it again. We're showing the new American administration that they have a strong partner in Canada when it comes to upholding border security. All while simultaneously underscoring that we won't back down, that if tariffs are implemented against Canada, we will respond. What do you guys think? Is that him threatening to not enforce border security? I don't really know how else to read that. We won't relent until tariffs are removed. And of course, everything is on the table. Everything is on the table. Dude, guys, do you think that I oversold it? That he's threatening a war with America? Like, that is exactly the kind of, stuff that's said between countries that are threatening war at each other. Everything's on the table. Border, you know what I mean? Everything's on the table for your fucking, let me see what exactly he says. He says, Canada's ready for a forceful and immediate response and everything's on the table. I mean, okay. Trump has once again brought up his intention to slap 25% tariff on Mexico and Canada, something he first threatened in late November of last year following the 2024 presidential election. Look, Mexico and Canada have never been good to us on trade. They've treated us very unfairly on trade, and we will be able to make that up very quickly because we don't need the products that they have. He added, while also citing fentanyl coming into the U.S. and migrants crossing over the southern border. I mean, listen, dude, this is the bottom line. Okay. Trump understands leverage. Okay. Trump understands, here is a problem. Here is leverage that we have to force behavior. If you give people, and listen, I am not someone who pretends to understand how all of the pieces fit together. It is possible that Trump has an idea of how all of this works, that he doesn't understand this, that, I don't know. I'm not saying he might have the best understanding on planet Earth of all of this stuff. I'm just saying I don't. So I'm just saying that what I do understand is the human interactions and all of this stuff. And Trump understands leverage, and he wants the borders protected. He wants fentanyl not coming in. Now, we can't enforce border security on the other side of our border. Like, we can't do it in Canada and we can't do it in Mexico. So he's like, look, you motherfuckers need to do it. And here's the deal. We can force you to do it because we can make it extremely uncomfortable for you if you don't, you know? And Trump's being pretty clear. He's like, I'll just slap tariffs on you guys. And, you know, he's not like, I'll start bombing you guys. Like, it sounds like fucking Trudeau's like, what is he talking about, dude? What is he talking about? For the record, Justin Trudeau does not speak for Canadians. Most wish he would. Yeah, I know. He's done pretty much. Thank you for the super chat. In Canadian dollars, thank you very much. Only love prevails. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what is, let me see. Let me look something up here. Let's do this together, you guys. Canada annual military budget. Okay, well, that doesn't tell me a number. Canada's military budget is expected to increase to $58 billion by 2029. Okay, well, that doesn't. Okay, so let's call it $50 billion. Okay, $50 billion. Hey, watch this, dude. Versus, I believe this is around $900 billion. Okay, $820 billion. $50 billion is actually not. It's not nothing, dude. I mean, as far as I know, they don't have new. I mean, I don't even know why are we even talking about this. They have no chance in a war. It's not going to happen. But I'm pretty sure that Russia's annual military budget is less than 100. Yeah, that's what I thought. $84 billion. So Russia's 84. Canada's 50. China, if I remember correctly, is like 150. Wait, hey, AI won't do it. AI does all the other ones. Like, all the other ones is like, here's Canada's, here's Russia's, you're all, what's China's? It's like, we don't know. We have no fucking idea. The AI doesn't work when talking about China's military. Isn't that weird, dude? Look at this. Like, I'm all, hey, how about France? Whoa. Macron sends $438 billion military budget plan to what? That can't be right. They don't spend anywhere near that much, dude. Or maybe they're talking about like over a bunch of years. In January, Macron first announced that LB would include $400 billion in investments and cover a total of $450 billion in military needs. What the fuck? Oh, okay. I was going to say, yeah. So their annual is $44 billion. I was going to say, I'm like, there's no way that France spends half of what the United States spends, and I just like missed that, you know? I think China spends significantly more than Russia. Like, I'm pretty sure that that China's is between 150 and 200 billion. Let me see though, because that's actually interesting. Okay, so 1.6 trillion won. That's awesome that they don't translate that to dollars. Okay, so 2014. Okay, here we go. So 224 billion in 2023 and 231 billion. Okay, so I was right. Well, almost right. 231 billion in 2024. So, yeah, I was right up until 2020. And then after 2020, I was more concerned about the United States ruining my life versus China, so I stopped looking at it. Scary. That's one of those jokes that I'm internally, I'm laughing myself. Dominator, what's up, dude? Thank you very much for the super chat. But I will do that again, just so everybody's clear on what we're talking about. Okay. So one more time. Okay. In this shocking trade war, or not even trade war, this potential conflict that we have with Canada, Trudeau to Trump, please don't tariff Canada. But if you do, we'll hit back. Now, his quote: no one on either side of the border wants to see American tariffs on Canadian goods. Well, I mean, I imagine people on the American side care significantly less, but I met with our Canada-U.S. counsel today. We're working hard to prevent these tariffs, but if the United States moves ahead, Canada is ready with a forceful and immediate response. And he said, anything is on the table. And I think he also threatened something about the border, you know? Good Lord. Wait, hang on. Where's anything's on the table, dude? Anything's on the fucking table. What does that even mean? Like, anything is... What the fuck? I literally read that. I know that's here. God, Command Find never works at all. Anyway, he said they won't back down. We're showing the new American Oh, sorry, I'm on a different page. We're showing the new American administration that they have a strong partner in Canada when it comes to upholding our border security, all while simultaneously underscoring that we won't back down. If tariffs are implemented against Canada, we will respond. We won't relent until tariffs are removed. And of course, everything is on the table. Scary. No, Justin Trudeau. How am I going to sleep with violent threats coming from Justin Trudeau? Kristen, thank you for the super chat. Danielle Smith, Alberta Premier, is the only one I know so far who is working with Trump. She has now got more people on the border. She met with him. We want to work with our brother. Of course, dude. I literally, like, when I went to Canada, I was like, why is everybody so fucking nice here? I really enjoyed my time. And I actually was in Ottawa. And again, thank you very much for the super chat. And Drew, thank you very much for the super chat. Very generous. Thank you, sir. To my American friends and Jesse on fire, I can guarantee Justin does not speak for the North Canadian men. Please send Justin to Gitmo. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. I'm not mad at Canada, obviously. It's like the same thing as, you know, like I got in a call. So yesterday when the thing happened with Bryce Mitchell, you know, and he was talking about, like, you know, whatever, the Nazi stuff or whatever, or Hitler stuff. I spoke to Rose Namajunas because she's from Lithuania, you know, and so her family got like just decimated and destroyed by the two sides that invaded Lithuania, because you had the Germans that invaded and the Russians that invaded both in Lithuania. Like, so her like direct ancestors had like just catastrophic things happen. And she's like, even them, like, they never hated like Russian people, you know, they never, even when, you know, like armies came in and raided their shit, it was always about like Russian government or like German government. You know what I mean? It's like, and that's, I mean, anybody with, I don't know, a good handle on things, I would say, generally speaking, doesn't blame citizens for the government, unless the government does such a good job of brainwashing its citizens, they start supporting completely fucking insane things, which has never happened before. Never happened before. Jesse, are you thinking of going into teaching English whenever you get done with your content career? I have been. And the first thing I teach my kids is double negatives are always excellent English. I might never not do something. Dude, the trucker convoy was absolutely infuriating. That was one of the most, like, so I don't know how everybody else feels. I would assume a lot of my viewers feel very similar, but that feeling that was like building and building and building for years and years and years, where you're just getting gaslit and gaslit and gaslit, and you're like choking on it, to where every story that misrepresents something that you care about, it just felt so challenging to just read or chill, because you wanted to like pull your hair out. You know what I mean? And like the trucker convoy, them calling those guys Nazis and people believing it. I was like, are you guys serious? Like, white supremacists? They literally are peacefully protesting, saying they don't agree with this tyrannical, nonsensical thing that like, it's indefensible. Like, your position's not defensible. And instead of addressing their concerns, you call them white supremacists. It's just like, oh my God, dude, I can't, man. I can't. And now the shoe is on the other foot. And it's nice, dude. If I was singing Backstreet Boys, that would have been gay. And I would have been like, yep. Mm-hmm. Wait, but what? I don't even know. I don't know what you were referencing. But if I was singing Backstreet Boys, I'll fucking sing what I want, dog. Christopher, thank you very much, dude. Aussies. I tend to get along very well with Aussies, man, because you guys are crazy in all the best possible ways. Wait, hang on. Who's a racist piece of shit? Who is? I'm trying to find. Oh, there we go. Okay. I just blame white people, and yes, I will say that you're facing it. Huh? Blame white people for what? I mean, that's absurd. You know, that is absurd. You could blame some white people for things. Dude, you got to go back to the beginning of the video to watch it. I'm not going through that entire thing again. Dude, there's a bunch of new stuff in the Diddy case too. I have one video dropping tomorrow morning. I actually already put it out on members only, but then it'll go public tomorrow morning. There's a new superseding indictment, which is interesting stuff. And then I just found out a new lawsuit. Diddy finally filed a lawsuit himself, and I got to cover that too. So I got to do another video about that. He's filing a defamation charge against someone that he's probably going to win that charge too. Because, you know, like, there have been like certain people that are just like obviously fucking scam artists. Like, as an example, the person who put out that fake Kim Porter book, you know, like the fake Kim Porter book. Have you guys actually ever heard the story behind that Kim Porter? Actually, you know what? I'll talk about it on my video when I cover this. But the backdrop of the, you know, Kim Porter's memoir, and you like listen to it. I watched some of it on YouTube. Like, someone was like, had like read it on YouTube. It was like, so yeah, on this one night, Diddy and Tupac bet each other on who could make me finish first. And it was like, yeah, let's tag team her. Whoever makes her come faster wins. I'm like, no way. It's like, yeah, that's what happened. It's like the most ludicrous stuff where you're like, I mean, maybe it's true. I don't know. But it turned out none of it was true. And the dude who put that out is involved in the lawsuit. Only love prevails. Thank you very much for the super chat. Trudeau resigned one day before he was going to get tossed and left the Canadian government hanging in the wind. So again, yeah, I know. And now again, he's like, we will go to war. And everyone's all, shut up, Justin Trudeau. Why are you still speaking for people? Just shut up, man. Just shut up, man. Christopher Rentel, thank you very much. And anybody who just received one of those memberships, go have a blast in the members only section. There's lots of fun stuff in there. In my opinion, the most fun stuff is if you find, like, go to the oldest, like go to members only and then go to oldest, and you'll find a bunch of stories I told that I would never tell on the fucking, you know, public, because I wouldn't. But MMA Jagoff, thank you very much, dude. Cover everything. I love to watch that. Keep it up, dude. That's literally my entire vision of the channel. I'm like, I'm just going to talk about things that I would watch in reverse, you know? Bryce Mitchell merch sold out. No, did it really? Oh my God. That's fucking hilarious, dude. People are like, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this right now, dude. And welcome, Only Love Prevails. And go, everybody else, you should go follow my my show with me and Gabrielle, Play with Matches. The link is in every description of every video, except, what the fuck? Why did I get limited ads on the Diddy federal indictment? That doesn't make any sense. God damn it, dude. I gotta have these guys review this. There's nothing in that video. Ugh. Anyway, but yeah, dude, I haven't covered this Stargate thing because I don't understand it. Oh, I do have something that I wanted to tell you guys though. Okay. So check this theory out that I have, man. Dominic, thank you very much. I've had this for 8 years or something like that. I actually lost it and then just found it again. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so check this out. How I am sure that a lot of you guys have heard of DeepSeek, right? Which is like the Chinese version of ChatGPT, but apparently it's their chip for quantum computing is like way ahead of the supposedly is way ahead of the United States. And their quantum computing is doing things that like we can't understand how they're doing it and yada yada. Bro, when that story happened, first of all, my cousin hit me up and was like, dude, the market's gonna, it was on Sunday I think it was last Sunday. And he's like, dude, the market's gonna crash Monday. I was like, come on, he's not like he's not someone I take like investment advice from, generally speaking. But he's like, I'm serious, dude. You haven't seen this thing with the Chinese AI thing and whatever. And he's like, I'm probably going to sell off some of my stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to sell off, but I might, buy like a short-term put option or whatever. But I don't do that anymore because every single time that I've ever played short-term options without fully understanding what's going on, I've lost. And when you lose with options, you basically lose your entire fucking investment. So I just didn't do it. But the next morning, NVDA dropped like 16% because they're a chip maker that but anyway, so DeepSeek is like the new hot shit like AI thing. So I went to go download it, right? I went to go download it, and as soon as I hit download, I'm looking and I just had this epiphany where I was like, wait a minute. Okay. Because I just always take myself as like as a use case. And then I try to like think about what's going on. It's like, all right, so I just went to download DeepSeek and it's Chinese and we all know it's Chinese. Well, what else has been happening in the last 2 weeks? They've been trying to ban TikTok. So I'm like, what are the odds that this whole fucking thing, because I don't know how anybody's verifying the computing power of this DeepSeek thing. Again, I could just be completely ignorant to this, but all I know is that I didn't know anything about DeepSeek 2 days ago. The next day, it's this huge fucking story, and I'm going to download DeepSeek so that I can have it on my phone and do whatever. And then I realized I'm like, but we are literally right on the verge of outing TikTok, which has been obviously all up in my data and all up in everybody's data. And I'm like, I wonder if DeepSeek is just like their backup plan. They're like, well, let's just put out the whatever. And the entire, maybe it's more powerful. ChatGPT does everything I needed to do. I'm like, maybe this is their new TikTok, like the back door into the United States market in case the TikTok got canceled. I have no idea whether that's accurate or even a good theory. It's just something I thought about that I figured I would throw out there. Bear Arms, thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you, brother. And I have that fire too when it comes to innocent women and children. Thank you, dude. Me too. Congrats on the YouTube success. Thank you very much, dude. Yeah, I have no fucking tolerance at all. Absolutely fucking none. I don't know. Yeah. Anybody who victimizes women or kids, I'm going to get them, dude, every single time. I just have no tolerance for it, especially I feel like before I had daughters, I just had a very, I don't know, man. I don't know. I had an incomplete data set for making opinions on things. And tell you what, dude, if you want to understand women, have some daughters, dude. It'll make you like, I understand girls now in a way I didn't before. And I was already protected. Now I'm like really fucking protected. I always just put my own kids into these stories. And I just imagine like, okay, so that girl was 19 and I'm like, all right, well, Giselle's almost 13. So I can visualize exactly what she'll be like 6 years from now, yeah, it just makes you want to fucking bury everybody, you have 4 little girls. Yeah. So, dude, I saw that. You do. I saw that today. You guys go follow 10-7 MMA. I saw that this morning. I got suggested one of your guys's I can't remember. Like, and I remember seeing it and being like, "Oh yeah, that's a good topic." It was. Hang on, let me pull it up. It was, oh, the Anthony Smith one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The real reason why. Yeah, yeah. I saw that, dude. You guys go follow 10-7. See, guys. Hey, guys. If you want to have help building your YouTube channel, do you want to know? There's an easy way to do it with me, dude. It's almost shockingly easy. Just be nice and reach out to me and ask for help. I help literally everybody. You want to know which way is never going to work, dude? You're never going to bait me into a fucking back and forth. It's never going to happen. Jesse on Fire is a dick-sucking piece of shit that licks his mom's face while he is stealing money from children. Fuck him. Fuck Jesse on Fire. Jesse, did you see that guy say you licked your mom's face? It's like, I don't care. They're like, no, look it. He said you licked your mom's face. I'm like, I don't care. No, really? He's talking shit. I don't care. Dude, you got to watch it. I'm not watching it. I'm never clicking on a video. I'm never watching it. I've never watched one of these videos ever that people make. Oh, fuck Jesse on Fire. Anything that anytime that I even mention one of them, thank you very much, Yuzefa. You are the man, dude. Anytime that I ever even mention anybody that's doing videos about me, I'm just baiting them into doing more videos because okay. So a person whose YouTube strategy is, I consider fucking legendary, incredible building, like just executed to perfection in the combat, is MMA Guru. Had the best strategy implemented fucking ever. Gave everybody the ability to use his clips. He built a community. They did clips channels, and it told the algorithm, this guy's really relevant. He's obviously incredibly talented. So as soon as people started seeing his stuff, he blew up. Genius, and he baited people into fights also, Moral of the story, if people do content about you or they use your clips or whatever, that's good for your growth. Okay. No matter how anybody talks about it, the more people view those videos, the better it is for my channel. But I'm never fucking ever going to talk about someone who's talked shit about me on my channel. It'll never happen, dude. It will never fucking happen. Unless they get to where they're as big as me, because if they're smaller, then I help them, and I'm not helping people who talk shit. You know what I mean? Anyway, but let's see about, dude, do you like Yuzefa? Did you guys actually get any information on Anthony? I haven't even asked him. I haven't asked Anthony. I haven't asked Bisping, nothing. I'm just like, that's their thing. You know what I mean? But, anyway, Bisping already has a really successful show. Hopefully Anthony builds his own very successful show also. Okay, so Heavy Country is I talked to, he lives super close to me. Heavy Country does. But I don't know if are you saying was someone talking shit about me? Heavy Country? No, definitely not. Me and Heavy Country are cool, dude. We text and shit. If that was a question about, that's definitely not who I was referencing. Helicopters trained through AI to self-control. Again, dude, I don't know how anybody could know any of that stuff. No, it's not a green screen. I used to do green screen. It's real. See? You know who built that fucking set for me? Brendan Schaub. I love that dude, man. Chris from MMA Holes, he met Schaub this last week, and he was like, dude, he really is nice. I'm like, I fucking told you, dude. He's going to come on the show too. What else do we got, dude? Wait, really? There's some TDS in here I didn't even see, dude. Where? Let me go back. Let's see. I'm looking for Trump derangement syndrome because that's really fun. I can't see. I don't see any of it. I don't see none of it. Heavy Country's a stud. He looks like, I think that dude's huge. Usually you can't really tell how big anybody is, like just looking at him. I have a feeling that dude's fucking big, like real big. Oh, dude, my buddy Drew is telling me that so okay, now going back to the beginning, going back to the beginning where we were going through that helicopter thing, and one of those houses was blacked out. He's saying that that's right next to like the Saudi embassy or something. Oh, with heavy cut. I mean, he doesn't need my help, dude. He's got a fucking huge channel. He's a stud, dude. I asked him to come on last weekend, but he was doing some gangster shit. I can't remember something that like is either like branding steers or buying a ranch or some gangster shit like that. I'm trying to have Gabrielle come up. I think what I'm going to do is restart. I'm going to start a new stream. So look for that. I'm going to chop this one off and then we're going to start a new stream like right now. So I love you guys. Subscribe to the channel. See you in 5 minutes. Bye-bye.